Hello and welcome to Sport and Access Education. Today we're continuing on with crime and deviance, and today we're looking at the functionalist perspective on crime and deviance. What are we actually looking for within this video today? Well, we're aiming to understand the principal sociological theories and approaches to crime and deviance. We're going to look at the different approaches to crime and deviance, and first we're going to look at the functionalists approach, and we need to analyze this approach and identify if these could be used to explain crime and deviant behavior. It's just a quick recap really from previous videos. So first of all, thinking about crime can be defined by the laws that are actually set out and enforced within your society. Deviant behaviour is considered behaviour that is outside of the social norms. Yes, as society's perspectives change, what is considered to be deviant. So what we're saying here is society's views on what's considered to be deviant behaviour can change. So like I said, this video today is going to look at the functionalist approach on crime and deviance. Now, functionalists argue that crime is beneficial for society. They say that it can help improve social integration, so because of laws being passed and everyone accepting those laws, when a crime does occur, society comes together and supports one another. It can also help with social regulation, so again, making sure that those laws on behaviours are reinforced, and again it helps with social change, so it helps make society change to realise that it possibly a behaviour that you are doing is considered deviant, or this behaviour that you are portraying is actually a crime. So let's look at the two main thinkers that were involved with this functionalist approach. There's Durkheim and Merton. These guys were associated with the functionalist theory towards crime. So we'll first look at Durkheim. He had three key ideas about crime. And again, there are three main points or aspects to his theory, and these are: a limited amount of crime is expected and even necessary. So he said small amounts of crime is expected within society. He then went on to say crime has a positive function, so a certain amount of crime contributes to the well-being of society. On the other hand, too much crime is bad for society and can help bring about its collapse. Hence, institutions of social controls are necessary to keep the amount of crime in check. So he's saying here that it is beneficial for society, small, low crime, and that might be to make people more understanding of what crime's going about. Let's say, for example, burglary might say that's necessary because then it makes people realise that they need to keep their homes safe. But too much of it could actually start to collapse the society itself, and that's where the laws need to be reinforced and kept in check. Durkheim argued that crime is an eventable and normal aspect of social life. He pointed out that crime is expected in all societies and that crime rate was in fact higher in more advanced and industrial societies. We could possibly see that here, especially here within the UK, we are considered an advanced industrial society and thereby being more crime compared to other countries that may not be so advanced. There is more opportunities now for more types of crime to occur, again, as we've got more advanced, such as cybercrime, so we have to take this into consideration. So you guys could do this in your spare time. It doesn't have to be a small group, you could do it on your own. Think about researching an advanced industrial area, research the crime rate within that area, and then research what's considered a low advantaged or low industrial area and research their crime rate, and then look at both of them and compare the crime rates of each. And does this further prove Durkheim's theories of a higher advanced industrial area or society is more at risk of a higher crime rate compared to that of a low industrial area? So again, Durkheim theorised that crime was expected because not every member of society can actually be equally committed to the shared values and moral beliefs in society. We touched upon that in the last video. So again, he's saying here, not everyone has the same shared values and beliefs. We all have different ones. Since individuals are exposed to different influences and circumstances, it's impossible for them to be alike, and hence some people would break the law. And in a sense, we could see that as true. Again, not every one of us, even you guys and myself doing these videos, watching these videos, we've all had different influences in our lives growing up. We've all been in different circumstances. Again, some people are from a low income working family, some might be from a high income family. So again, their circumstances would be quite different, and that could mean why people lead to breaking the law. Durkheim also theorized that deviance would still exist even in a society of saints and populated by perfect individuals. Why? General standardizations of behavior would be so high that the slightest slip would be regarded as a serious offense. Thus, the individual who simply showed bad taste or was merely impolite would attract some disapproval. He's probably got some. I would probably give some agreement there. So again, if we all behave like saints and we're all classed as perfect individuals, our expectations of how we behave would be even higher. So if we got frustrated and snapped at someone, that might be seen as deviant behavior because all of a sudden we're not polite. Durkheim took this even further and argued that a certain amount of crime was functional for society. He argued that crime performed three positive functions: social regulation, social integration, and social change. And in this video, we're going to go a little bit more into those three aspects. So again, when we talk about social regulation, crime performs the function of social regulations by reframing the boundaries of acceptable behaviour, so reinforcing what we consider to be acceptable behaviour, meaning that when a crime occurs and someone is punished, it's clear to the rest of society that this action is unacceptable and should not be carried out. The media also plays a role in this by performing public functions with their often accounts of the criminal act. They broadcast the boundaries of acceptable behaviour. So they're saying here, the newspapers, the media, this person's been arrested for this person's behaved in this particular way, should not be done. And they're just reinforcing these social norms and values. When we talk about social integration, this is the second function of the crime theory by Durkheim, and it's to strengthen the social cohesion that we have. So for example, when particularly horrific crime has been committed, the whole community joins together in outrage, and a sense of belonging to a community is therefore strengthened. So we can kind of see the benefit of crime. And then finally, social change. So a further action performed by the criminals is to provide a constant test of boundaries of permitted actions. When the law is clearly out of step with the feelings and values of the majority of society, legal reform is actually necessary. Criminals therefore perform a crucial service in helping the law to reflect the wishes of the population and legitimizing social change. So again, certain crimes that were once deemed as a crime, the community or the society's changed their beliefs and values on that act and said, no, this isn't a crime, support them. So again, we've put things like women being arrested for asking out here for freedom of speech, equal pay, that sort of thing. So Durkheim's views of punishment, he suggested that function of punishment was not to remove crime from society altogether because we needed it. The point of punishment was to control crime and to maintain the collective sentiment as well. In his own words, punishment serves to heal the wounds done to the collective. He goes on to say that healthy society requires both crime and punishment to be in balance to be able to change and develop as a society. So this is something that you guys can do in your completely own time, and it's about analysing Durkheim's theory. Again, Summarize it, go a bit more into it, read a bit more about it, summarize his theories in your own words so you completely understand it. Think about it. Do you agree with some of his views towards crime? And could we use this theory in modern society now? Thanks for listening. This has been the Sport and Access Education videos. I hope you enjoy it and keep watching.